There are a lot of differences between us. First, let me say that on things like women's rights and the rights of gay and lesbian brothers and sisters, there's not much difference between us. We're both liberals in that respect. But on so many of the economic and bread and butter issues, we are so far apart. And I think a lot of it is from where she raises her money. She raises a lot of money from big corporate interests, not just in the state of Florida, but all over the country. I raise money only in small donations, for the most part. For the most part online, but it's all small donations. So I'm not beholden to those same corporate interests. Now, you take a look at our district. There is a jobs crisis going on here, but you wouldn't know it when she speaks. She never talks about it. I see it as a Nova Southeastern University law professor. I see university students not just at my school, but lots of other universities around here. This is a generation that's graduating deeply in debt. They don't have good job opportunities. They're paying a lot on their loans, their school loans. It's a generation, the 18 to 34-year-olds are living at home with their parents more than they're living on their own. She has no types of programs or proposals to deal with this jobs crisis, the housing crisis, the income crisis. I've been standing for public works programs. I think there should be a national program for service, national service program for citizens when they turn 18. And if they devote 2 or 3 years in service, doesn't have to be military service. There's all kinds of infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt, conservation programs we need manpower for. And after working for your country and serving for a couple of years, then give it tuition-free higher education. We're miles apart on the environment. I'm for a ban on fracking in the state of Florida. She has been so mealy-mouthed and has flip-flopped on that so often it's unbelievable. I'm against the Sable Trail pipeline. I think that we should be converting to solar and wind and renewable sources of energy. I think we need a national program that's funded with a national infrastructure bank, and I have supported HR 1000, which is a national jobs program. She has not co-sponsored it. She is on health care. I'm for Medicare for all. That's HR 676 in the House of Representatives. She refuses to co-sponsor that. She's fine with the healthcare system the way it is, I guess. What's left? Social Security. I'm for this. When you take a look at the Supplemental Security Income Program, which is administered by Social Security, this is for the poorest senior citizens and disabled folks in our society. In South Florida, there's more than 125,000 seniors living below the poverty line. I've been for the SSI Reform Act for several years. It was introduced by Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and Sherrod Brown in the Senate. There's a House version that's been introduced. I made this a big issue in the last campaign. Wasserman Schultz has still not co-sponsored this, and she held a forum on Social Security and Medicare last week, and she's up there with somebody who has been calling for this SSI Restoration Act, and still she had not supported it. So there's big differences between us. I am for a program that's going to help the middle class and working folks and poor people. You know, that's why it's called Progress for All, not Progress for Some. She's corporate dominated, the corporations basically own her at this point, and she talks a very liberal game, but she doesn't produce for her constituents. This is a district that is suffering. A lot of people are having a lot of trouble making ends meet.